Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here with our friend and colleague, Mrs. Robin Shimizu, talking about happy, healthy habits. And Robin, it's so good to have you in the studio today. We always know that we're going to gain something important when we listen to what you have to contribute. So, what are we talking about today regarding our health?
So we started last week by talking about cleaning our bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought we would just expand that a little bit more to talk about our kitchen, how to keep our kitchen safe and clean.
Ah,
So I found this great little article about 10 things that we could do to simple things to keep our kitchen cleaner and the things that we don't really think about every day. So I think it's a good reminder. But the I just wanted to remind people that the common bacteria found in kitchens includes E. coli, Salmonella,
mm.
Shigella, Campylobacter, norovirus, and hepatitis A. It says E. coli can live for hours on a surface, Salmonella can survive for about 4 hours, and hepatitis A can survive for months.
Really?
Okay, so yeah, so they were saying, okay, so let me just go through the 10 things to help you keep your kitchen clean. So the very first thing, which is really simple, and of course we think of, I don't know if we do it, but you should wash your hands every time you enter the kitchen before you start touching anything and before you start preparing your food, especially. So
Mm-hmm.
washing your hands is still so important. And then they said also take out your trash daily because the your trash, and especially if you compost, if you don't have a lid on your compost, the bacteria in the compost can actually start to thrive in your kitchen. And
So what?
they say take your trash out, or especially if it starts to have a foul odor,
Yeah.
get it out of your kitchen. Um, and then they say keep your sponges dry when not in use. Now with Brenna, I learned not to use a sponge. Brenna Garcia, our
Yes.
Norwex lady.
Our
Um,
green clean lady. Yeah.
yeah, I'd sure like to get her back. They say keep your sponges dry when not in use because they just harbor so many bacteria. I frankly don't use sponges at all. And then the fourth one is wash your dish towels, your rags, and your hand towels with warm water and change them every day.
Makes sense. We don't use the same paper towels over.
Right. So I use dish rags actually. So I wash them every day. I use one a day and I throw them into the, laundry for the laundry.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so this is a good one and I've been doing this for years. Separate your cutting boards from meat and vegetables. So you have a meat
Yes.
cutting board and you have a vegetable cutting board. And that makes a lot of sense because the bacteria the salmonella, especially in E. coli, will hang out on your cutting boards. And then they say rinse your fruits and your vegetables. Fruits and vegetables should always be given a rinse before eating or cooking. There could be
Mhm.
traces of soil bugs, and I think we all do that. I mean, that just kind of makes common sense, doesn't it?
To run it under the faucet. Yeah.
Yeah. And with the Norwex folks, you can buy a solution that will really clean your vegetables and your produce. It's called a produce rinse, I think, by Norwex.
Yes.
And I use that. And I actually buy another one from Trader Joe's. It's a little cheaper, but you can find those solutions, you know,
To
pretty
wash your
easily.
vegetables.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then and clean your kitchen sink after every use. Now, I don't do that.
What?
Yeah.
I don't do that either.
Just
Oh
like
my
clean your
gosh.
plates, your kitchen sink deserves to be cleaned too. And I actually had heard that there's a lot of bacteria that's harboring in our sinks, but
Okay.
I just don't do that. So I'm gonna start washing my sink more often.
Mhm. Hmm.
Um, declutter and disinfect your countertops. So just keeping everything nice and clean and decluttered, and wipe down your stove, the knobs, the cabinet handles, the switches, the faucets. And I want to add your spice jars,
Mm, okay.
because your spice jars, especially if you have multiple people in your kitchen that are cooking,
Yeah, huh?
your spice jars don't get wiped down very often, do they? You just go in there, you use them, and you put them back.
Yeah.
So they
Oh,
say spice jars are another place where, excuse me, hidden germs can reside. And then the last one is, do not store anything wet in your cabinet. So no, excuse me, no wet utensils or plates or anything. Make sure everything's nice and dry before you put them away. So that's just the little hacks that they had this morning for trying to keep your kitchen a little cleaner. And
wow.
another thing that I read that's not included in this article is your refrigerator. To clean your
Mm,
refrigerator more often than you think, because you think, because sometimes molds and things like that live in the, if you get moldy fruits and vegetables, or you get moldy on your cheese, those
yes.
mold spores can hang out in the refrigerator. So they say you should wipe down your refrigerator, especially if you've had a problem with something getting old and moldy in there.
Wow. Okay.
I know, right?
Does it ever end? I mean, do we ever really get a break? There's always something for mama to do, right?
Exactly.
There's something else to worry about. Oh my gosh. But
Uh,
I appreciate the fact that we need to be reminded about some of these surfaces that we take for granted. I would never have really thought about wiping down my spices.
right.
Okay.
And you like the refrigerator handle and the doorknobs and all of those things, I don't wipe those down very often, but I'm going to start. And
Yeah, I
anyway,
yeah, but I just think they're more visible. You know what I mean? Like you can tell if my grandkids come through here, if there's jelly on the door, I'm gonna, I'm gonna feel that and I'm gonna, give
yeah.
it a wipe. But the spice jars, not so much. Okay, guys. Well, tell us about um who we're having today as your guest.
Today
And
we have Maureen Stevenson. She's our one of our coaches, and I want to read something that Maureen gave to me, and she has it as part of her mission. And I just love the way she wrote it. So can I just read it, and it will help introduce her to our audience.
yes,
Um,
please share.
Maureen's a coach, and she works in so many various areas for our health. But her mission is to empower women in the middle age who are navigating life's changes and shifting their self narratives, guiding them
Mm,
to embrace their bodies, rewrite their stories, thrive with resilience, confidence, and vibrant authenticity.
wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's beautiful. It's poetic.
Yeah.
My
So
goodness.
Maureen is our other coach that we have, that we feature as often as we can, because
Yes.
she mental, physical, fashionable, stylist. She's a coach for the whole woman.
Yes, she takes a
So
holistic approach to us feeling better. When you look better, you feel better, don't you?
yes, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I put a little scarf on for Maureen today.
See, you know. So,
Uh,
shall we bring her to the stage?
yes, yes. Let's introduce Maureen to the audience.
Okay. Good morning, Miss Maureen. Let me
Good
put
morning, ladies. Thank you for having me. Oh my God, Robin, your list is long. I was like, huh. I was listening to it. I was like, I'm exhausted.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but it's really what we need to do. So health and wellness is at our forefront. So we need to take those time to do those little things that make us and our space better.
Hmm.
yes, indeedy. Whew.
How are you guys doing?
All is well. What do you have for us today, Coach?
So today I'm going to talk a little bit about breast cancer. Um,
Mm.
I am a breast cancer. I want to say thriver. I was diagnosed like 10 years ago at 2013, and then this year, like 2023, was the year where I had to look at my breast again,
Mm-hmm.
and I just had major surgery on my breast like 2 weeks ago.
Oh my. Uh-huh.
So I'm recovering and walking myself back to health. There were no trace of cancer. Everything came back benign. So thank God for
Very
that.
good.
But when that happened, I had tell myself or promised myself that I was just going to do a holistic lifestyle, look for food as medicine, and move. And we all have our own unique ways. So, you have to learn to be who you are and do what is best for you and get to know yourself and your symptoms a little better and the care providers you have.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the interesting things this year, after 10 years, when I was going back, was that they were telling me every time I go get a test, they would say, yeah, this is just making you qualify for your surgery. And I was like, do you have to qualify for surgery now? And they were like, yeah, like
What?
you have to qualify. You have to be healthy for surgery.
Oh, right.
Oh, I see what you mean. You can't. Okay.
Yeah, and they were saying that if you have all these metabolic disease and stuff like that, they won't touch you. Like you're high risk. So now you have to make sure that they do all these tests. I remember when I was doing my heart test, and they were like, the lady was like, "Thank God you come back. You're over 50, and it comes back good. Hooray, hooray!" And she was dancing, and I couldn't understand, but it just opened a different set of reality to me that even if you have a disease and they're
Uh-huh.
supposed to do surgery on you, you have to be healthy for the surgery because they're not like taking the risk, or they would delay your surgery and give you those markers so that you can get well, so that they can put you under.
Oh my
So it was
goodness.
interesting.
I had no idea.
I had no idea too. I literally, that's something that I just learned. And I was like saying to my husband, like, I thought you were sick and they could just do a surgery. But they were saying, that we have to, um, for me, all these markers and all these tests, I have to do them and I have to pass them before I would be able to qualify for the surgery for my breast.
Wow, that's interesting. Go ahead.
That
Yeah,
was
I just learned something today.
that was interesting. So along with me, one of the 2.8 million breast cancer survivor in the United States. And I was doing the research on myself and to see where I need to be and how I can navigate this space and this life more vibrantly. And it says it's one of the second leading cause of cancer, except lung cancer. And we might think that that's a large amount, but they're saying that there's hope because um, since 1989, thanks to better awareness and screening, women are not dying from breast cancer in an alarming rate as before. So
Praise
that's
God.
good.
That's a
Yeah.
win. We've really been working on this a long time. I don't know why we don't have
Yeah,
a
so there is
cure.
success. So make sure that you are doing awareness and make sure that that's why I'm a big components of preventive health. Make sure
Yes.
you're doing those screenings because even if you have the disease, chances are you're not going to die from it if they catch it early. So that's
Mm-hmm.
good news. So, and it says 1 in 36 women, about 3% die from breast cancer, which I thought that's low. Like that means that we have a better handle on it. And if women can be able to be, or men, because sometimes men get it too,
Yes,
but
they
like
do.
weird. But make sure you're doing the screening. Make sure that you're up on yourself. Make sure that you're up on your body, and awareness so you can survive it. And there are other things that you get breast cancer from. It could be in your genes, it could be your health, or it could run in your family. And if you know that it runs in your family, that's a great opportunity. I call that a great opportunity for you to be up on your game, to make
Yeah.
sure that you are not a statistic. Remember, you can do something because we're dying less and we're living more. So that's kind of good news. I was like, yeah.
Yes.
And
That is
they're
that's
saying
enough.
that they did a Canadian study, and the Canadian study says if you're living with diabetes, it shows that you're more likely to get breast cancer.
Oh.
Ooh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so they did a Canadian study here and said you're to develop advanced breast cancer compared to those without diabetes.
I
So
wonder, Maureen, I don't want to.
Yeah, that piqued my questions too on that one. Wow.
I'm thinking because people who are diabetic tend not to eat properly, or they may not exercise as much as they should. They talk about you gaining around your waist. I wonder if that just makes sense that those things would be tied together. I don't know. You know more about this than I do.
I think I don't know, but what the Canadian study was looking for. But I
Uh-huh.
think just like this time when I was going through my surgery, some of the tests that I had to do was dose panels, right? And
Uh-huh.
so I think it would probably help the doctors to understand a little bit more about how
The
to navigate you and
the
how to
correlation between, yeah.
and how to coordinate your treatment.
Hmm.
So just to be aware of that, that's why it's important for us to take care of ourselves. It's
Yeah.
important for us to go in it as healthy as possible,
Yes. Hmm.
So that's just one. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just one thing that the Canadian study found.
Hmm.
And the other thing it says, women need to be more aware of their bodies, change, and talk to their doctor when something is off.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So that's another thing. Remember that the healthcare providers are out there for you, and they don't know what's happening in your body. So you got to go there and be truthful. Although it might be scary that you feel a lump, you got to go there and tell them, well, I think I feel a lump here, so that they know that they can test it for you. So advocate, and speak up for yourself. This is a time where we're living and not dying. I want to make sure I'm saying that,
Yeah.
right? And it says 6 habits to cut breast cancer. And it says focus on cutting calories, and eating healthy food. Yeah. What does healthy food look like to you?
Thank you.
I literally can't tell you, but I think literally it says um, people 2 days a week and Mediterranean diet, like which
Mm.
include fish and whole grains, fruits and veg,
Okay.
was what they considered to be a healthy diet according to them. So they're saying eat less than 5 days a week. If we can look at the Mediterranean diet and all
Uh-huh.
that it contains, grain, leafy green vegetables, all of that, it ward off breast cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of olive oil that they use in the Mediterranean diet, which is
Ah.
super good for you because of the omega-3s that olive oil has.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So eat healthily. No
And so,
sugar.
and then the other one says, we're coming to that. Some studies has linked high sugar intake to a higher risk of breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Sugar, the sweet lips,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
things that we can get away from. They're in everything, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And they
Sugar
sneak
is
it
in
into stuff.
everything.
They sneak it into bread. I mean,
It's
it's
in
every.
everything. So you have to learn to be an advocate, read labels, and look at your sugar intake. And yeah, it says when you deprive your body of calories 2 days a week, you have less sugar going into your cells. Restricting calories may also help you lose weight. Another good thing to lower cancer risk, expert says. I'm not the
Mhm.
expert. I'm just going
Yes.
through the thing, telling you what the expert says. And I can definitely say that those are some of the implications that I did over the last 10 years. So when
Uh-huh.
I went to the doctor, all my numbers and everybody was dancing and like, hey, hey, you are the good, yeah. But when you do these things, you realize when you go to do a procedure, how how they just love on you,
Well,
right? And you,
it might be because, nobody wants to deliver bad news, and it's just a blessing to be able to celebrate with you.
Right.
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
And so I think, if we can do better, let's just think about where we want to go. Let us think about, especially if it runs in our family. I mean, it
Mm.
didn't run in my family. I think I tell them that I'm the test tube for my family, that I get everything. I'm like the guinea pig. Right? I'm like, all of you guys trying out all these things on me. It never happened to anybody, but it happens to Maureen.
No, may that seed dry up and not prosper.
But no, it gone now. It's over. But I'm just saying
Yeah.
that I speak life over myself, so I know that
Yes.
it's
Okay.
not there. But I'm just saying, reality check sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to reality check. And the other one, it says go green
Oh.
Mhm.
and become a cancer fighting machine.
Mm.
Eating leafy green vegetable is one of the surefire ways to battle disease.
All right. I like that. Picked
But
up.
to all the nutrients found in greens like kale, spinach, and turnip greens, one stands out most for breast cancer prevention. And it talks about this thing called lutein, lutein,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
those are found in leafy green vegetable that helps you to be a disease fighting machine. So I have a garden full of greens, and so I'm following the experts,
There
right?
you go.
I am following the expert. They said become green,
Mm-hmm.
and they said the highest amount of in green leafy vegetable like kale, spinach, and collard greens you get lutein is a carotenoid best known for protecting against age-related muscular generated disease. So also it is found in carrots and turnip,
Mm.
and the natural plant pigment that works spice antioxidant oxygen. So guys, remember leafy greens. Think
Mhm.
about your greens as the expert says it helps you to fight all these disease, or it gives our body a better fighting chance.
I I like that.
And
I
it says you can also eat a rainbow of colorful vegetable to
oh.
battle breast cancer, especially leafy green. So follow Popeye when he advised you to eat your spinach.
Yes. Oh my
And one of
goodness.
them I find very, very interesting. And I literally did not know because I was supposed to have surgery on January 2nd. And I went to get a root canal, and they pulled my tooth out, my wisdom tooth, and I couldn't get the surgery when I went. They turned me away, that they couldn't get the surgery because they have to go in my mouth, and that was another risk that they weren't willing to take. So they actually sent me back home from the hospital, like, bye bye, we ain't touching you, right?
Oh, to
Because the mouth, they have to open your mouth and do your airways and stuff like that. And I was taking antibiotic, and the antibiotic
Mm.
was close to your brain. So they'd be like, I ain't taking that risk if anything happens. So they
yes.
send me back home. But it says brush away cancer with healthy gum.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. I was like, Brushing and flossing may do more than maintain the health of your teeth and tongue. Surprisingly, they lower your chance of getting breast cancer too. I was like, oh my
Who,
God.
who knew?
That
But
one surprised me. That literally one surprised me. But
well,
he just showed us that every parts of our body is connected. And
Connected.
when they turned me away, I just realized that. And there was a nurse with me, my friend who was a nurse, and she was like, they ain't gonna touch you, girl, but I'm gonna take you there anyway.
she knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So postmenopausal women with periodontal disease,
Mm.
PD, are at higher risk of getting breast cancer over those with a clean bill of oral health, say scientists who looked at data for more than 73,000 women. They also found that women with periodontal disease who smoke has a higher risk of cancer, even if you quit smoking within the previous 20 years.
Wow. Whew. Well, I am an ex-smoker. I think it's been more than 20 years, but yeah. I and
So
the other
that one really surprised me because I know, like, I eat the
20
kale and
years.
stuff like that. I didn't know that your gum would play such an important role.
I had no idea that it helps prevent cancer. I knew that gum hygiene, good oral hygiene could extend your life for 3 to 4 years.
It
So
says periodontal disease develop when your gum become infected with bacteria and start swelling and bleeding. Previous studies had shown a link between periodontal disease and other chronic disease, but scientists had recently discovered harmful oral bacteria in breast cancer cells.
Oh,
mm,
wow. Hmm.
well, I
That
guess
one threw me to the loop. I've never, it's kind of like, oh,
I
okay.
didn't connect those dots.
Neither me. Practice good oral hygiene daily and visit your dentist about every 6 months.
Hmm.
As the comedian Soup Sale once said, be true to your teeth and they won't be false to you.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. After this, we needed this laugh. We needed this laugh
We
break.
did. We did.
But seriously though.
Because it's such a serious subject. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Be true to your teeth. Okay. Oh my goodness, Maureen. Wow. Thank you so much. I mean that you brought out some things that I really had not considered. And this is why we appreciate the guests that you bring on all the time, Robin. They just and every time Maureen comes, she comes with something different. Sometimes you
Yes.
come with fashion, Maureen. Sometimes you come with health. Sometimes you come with fitness. And so, but every time you come, we are better for having heard from you.
It
Thank
was
you
fascinating.
so
And
much.
do I have some more time or is it over?
Yes, you have some more time. You
No.
want to?
And the other one, it says exercise give breast cancer a run for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Is your body anhydrous most of the days? Then it's time to get moving because exercise give breast cancer a knockout punch. Research found that leisure time physical activity reduced breast cancer risk when they examined studies involving 1.4 million people between the age of 19 to 98.
Mm-hmm.
They think it's because exercise affects your metabolic and hormone in such a way that it stun cancer cell growth. Being active also lower inflammation, boost your immune system, and help antioxidant fight off harmful free radical. So another thing, I see, don't think about exercises. I am going to get a flat stomach, or I
Mm-hmm.
don't have a flat stomach, or I don't have a, what I call it, six pack.
Yeah.
exercise mean these are the things that exercise do for us, and it just means that you move, right? It doesn't mean that you spend a million years there, or unless you want to be an athlete, or you want to be doing something else, and you want to be an athlete, then you can put that time in. But remember, the average amount of exercise was one 150 minutes a week, or about 30 minutes 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is not too bad for you to do 30 minutes, right? We're not saying, I mean, some people are gym rats and they're in the gym. For that, you got to figure that in your own life and be truthful to your own self. All of them going on, can I do that? But you can literally do 30 minutes. Break it up in 10 minutes increment. This morning I walked 10 minutes. Tomorrow so I mean,
I like that. That you don't have to do the whole 30 minutes at one time. You can do it throughout the
no,
day. Is that correct?
yeah.
Like,
It says the science think it's because exercise lower the amount of fat cells that produce estrogen, a breast cancer trigger. Only women who have taken a hormone replacement therapy did not benefit from exercise.
mm-hmm.
Right? So my cancer was estrogen trigger. So it is lower estrogen. So when you see the girl getting up and doing all these crazy jumping up and down, and exercise doesn't have to be coordinated either. You just got to do what your body needed to do. If you feel like dance, put on some music and dance. If you don't even bother who is watching you, whether you step or coordinated, your body's not taking record. It just need to move.
Yes.
Right.
So
Oh my goodness.
when people say, "Oh, you're not moved," no, move to your own rhythm. That's what I tell my clients. Just move to your own rhythm. If you're in the car and you have a cup and you need to wave, just move. But yeah, exercise is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
And it says exercise help you to maintain a healthy weight even better. Postmenopausal women who are obese or overweight raise their breast cancer risk by 17 to 58%, experts.
Wow. Did you say 58%?
Yes. The heavier you are, the greater risk you are. Another good reason to maintain a healthy weight throughout your life. So they're not saying 1 minute you go up and 1 minute you go down. Find what is healthy for you at a weight and try to maintain that. Right? Each of our body, each of our bones are different. It is structured differently. So make sure it doesn't, for me, I tell my clients it's better for you to just maintain than to go,
Right.
like, hey, I'm losing a lot of weight. And I'm like, there's nothing about losing. You need to gain.
Right.
Gain all these knowledge so that you can maintain throughout your life.
I love the way you phrase that.
It is.
Some knowledge. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You ever look at the word losing, what it means? If you want to lose or you want to gain. I always tell my clients, get out of this losing mentality and try to gain. Try to gain some knowledge of what we need to do so that we can maintain health throughout our own lives, and not to go on these fast diet 1 minute and then the next minute you be like, I gain it back. But you lose it slowly.
Wow. Well, I think I'm going to have to think more about soup or something that's convenient for me, because I don't like to cook that much.
And I think,
but I can dump everything in
it's all about cooking either. I think most of it is about
what we eat, not
it's about nourishment. It's about nourishment. And I think because there's so much out here these days, I think if you don't really cook, you can literally find something, but it's going to take intentional. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Not everybody comes to the table want to cook anything, and it's a real fact. And if you can't afford like the big chef, or you can afford your own private chef, you have to figure out for yourself, what am I going to do? Some salad today,
Mm-hmm.
or there are different salads you can buy. I'm not a salad girl, but like once in every blue moon, if you eat out or you find yourself at a restaurant, look at the label. Like, think about what you're eating. Think about what you're putting
Mm-hmm.
in your mouth. You know.
Yes.
And I
Think
think
about what
that
you're
is
thinking
that
about.
is more than to say that I don't cook, but some people just go and eat. They don't know what's in their food. They don't know what they're putting in their body,
Mm-hmm.
and that the people who cooks the food, they don't know your body. They don't know what you're suffering from, and so those food doesn't. If you can cook, that's a better alternative. But if you don't like cooking, you got to get that reality and even be more
Intentional.
intentional with the food or where you buy from, you know?
Yes. So we
So,
make good choices.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I said, not even good, intentional choices. Because sometimes,
Good is
sometimes,
subjective, isn't it?
yeah, sometimes you're going down the road and they put the restaurants on the side of the road where we can smell the aroma. And it's just like, come into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. And by the time you reach in there, he'd be like, I didn't mean to be here, but I'm here. But because that's the psychology that they build those things in for
Uh-huh.
us to come in, right? So you have to determine, like, if I eat a burger 3 days a week, do I want to eat it 5 days a week? Or can I put a salad between those three burgers? You know
Mm,
what I mean?
yes. Mm-hmm.
Or
Right.
can I do two? Or I can do one, right?
Can we get
You have to,
better at what we
yeah.
do?
So that's why I said it's not good. I think it's about intentional, because
Mhm.
if you know, like, leafy greens cut your wrist down, you may want to include it 2 days a week with the burger, what you love, So I don't
Yes.
like to cut out my clients what my clients love,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
because then you're gonna go back to it. It's
And
like
you
that old temptation, and then you're gonna, but
binge
you
on it.
keep that. That's what I'm saying. You add in stuff that intentional, like what you are working on for yourself.
Well, one of the things I found is that when I eat healthy, I tend not to want as much food or to want some of the other things that I usually crave. Eventually, it sort of takes over.
That's what they say. Like, and it's true that if I give you 3 pieces of fried chicken, you're gonna eat the 3 pieces of fried fishing. But if I give you one stalk of broccoli, when you finish the broccoli, you won't want another broccoli. Yeah, that is an experiment that you can even try for yourself. Like, I'm done with broccoli, but we tend to gulp the chicken because the broccoli fill us up more and make us.
Yes, it does. I think it's because it takes care of what the body needs. So
Exactly,
we
that's the
tend not to
thing.
want to
Yeah,
eat as often.
it satisfies what the body needs, and then the other one is think twice about the party drink.
Oh,
Mm.
everybody
Um,
goes, oh,
You mean like cocktails?
like
And it says
wine.
enjoy a glass of wine with dinner or occasionally margarita with the girls. What is the harm in that? Probably more than you think.
Really?
Yeah, so here they're just talking about moderation, moderation,
Okay.
moderation. Don't like, I don't drink, but I drink wine, and every evening you have a glass of 2 glass of wine, and you wine out on wine. You know what I mean? Um,
Mm-hmm.
those occasional things where you have a glass here and there um, can help you. But it says it's hard to imagine that a few drinks could could havoc in that much havoc on your body. But here is what alcohol does: change hormone level, create carcinogens where your body metabolizes it, interfere with certain metabolic pathway that would normally protect you from cancer, promote the BRAF cancer causing genes, mimic and boost estrogen activity, which raise breast cancer risk.
Oh, okay.
I quit drinking when I got my Bell's palsy last year,
Uh-huh.
And now if I have a drink, it completely it makes me sick.
Yeah.
Mm.
So my body doesn't want the alcohol at
It's
all
telling
anymore.
you, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
telling me, no, don't drink, because if I do drink, I get sick. And so it reminds me not to drink.
But
So
this is not a fun thing.
This one really stood out for me because it promote the BRAF cancer causing genes. I
yeah.
was like, oh,
I had no idea.
I no, neither did I. Like this one and the gum one,
Yes.
those are the two that like, okay, I didn't know that.
I like it that our coach learned something new too.
It does, because you know what?
Well,
I sat here and I'm like, for the first 10 years, you know, I've picked up some good habits and that makes
Yeah.
me into a health and wellness coach and I get there. But the second half of doing this surgery, I'm like, how do, because my body is older too, right?
Mhm.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
when my body's older, so now it's a different, my body is in a different stage because they said every 7 years you grow a new body. So
Correct.
like that was 10 years ago. So I have like 10 years, three more. So I definitely probably nearly grow two bodies. So now I have to figure how to nourish and this body, how to
Mhm.
get back from healing. And one of the things when I went to my post-op, they were saying that your body is healing so quickly, but
Mhm.
because you that you have those healthy cells, you know. And so
Mhm.
they were saying that like when you put the money in the bank and now you go, you can draw from it,
Mhm.
right? You don't, the check don't bounce,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? So it's like my body is healing from what was previously banked because I've been
Mhm.
active. There's no other disease for them to give me pills for. So I just have to sit and heal, let my body heal itself.
Right.
The
Right.
only medication that they gave me was like painkillers. And you know, when you cut in you have to have them. But
Mhm.
they didn't give me anything else because of that. So it's easier. And now they're like you getting up and moving and they're just amazed. But it's literally that. And I say that in a humble way that if you put the money in the bank, when you're
Mhm.
ready for it, it will be there. I mean, so that you can write the check and it don't bounce from. And that is health. You know, that is the same thing. You got to bank on your health in a more practical and sensible ways.
They
Well said.
probably want to make you their poster child, Maureen, because you took it so seriously and took care of your health. And so these next 10 years, you're probably better able to handle it than you were even in the first surgery, even with the younger age, because you are walking the talk. Or is that it?
Yes.
Walking the
That's
talk?
right. That's right.
Yeah,
Walking.
but I just think that for us as women, I'm so happy that we are we are literally not dying. And if you think that you sit on something and you see it and you sit on it, then it's up to you. You know, there's so many advocates there. There's so many things out there. It's not a shame anymore. One of my friends called me and she said, "You're crazy. You're on Facebook putting all your business out there." And I'd be like, you know what? I don't want people to see me in these clothes all the time and figure that that's all about it. It's
Mhm.
Mhm.
about you have to be authentic. You have to show all the other sides of you. And so
Mhm.
I'm not afraid to talk about real life stuff. I'm afraid not to talk about real life stuff, but this is real life. This
Mhm.
is how we are going to navigate it. This is how women get inspiration. And this is not about me, it's about sharing a journey, I think, that is authentic. It's what you're going to go through. This is not a lie. This is who I am.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I loved the live you did the other day when we were teaching us how to, eat more simply and to dig down to what used to work for our parents and our grandparents. I thought that was really awesome.
Yeah, my mom, them like when we got sick or come from the hospital, they would give us porridge. And
Mhm.
so it's really gentle on the digestive system. It's also help you to move your bowels in terms
Mhm.
of those hard pills that,
Yeah.
the pain pills.
Yes.
So then I remember like, oh yeah. And so my mom and my grandma used to give us like these cornmeal porridge, and they say for wound healing. Of course, you don't, by American standard, you don't know if it's really work or anything. But I can tell you, people get up and people were healthy, and you move your bowels and stuff was easier. So
Mm-hmm.
I determined that for me, I want a gentler approach to my health and
Okay.
something that is more compassionate to my body.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so those are some little acts that is not even foreign. They're just small things that we can do to enhance our health or to enhance healing. So I just wanted to show the everything about it. But yeah, it's a cool way of thinking about that one in every three women is going to be impacted with breast cancer, especially in the menopausal years. Um, you need help. Um, find an advocate. Find people who can help you. Make sure you have the downtime. Make sure preventive health. Go do those mammogram. Um, they're not that bad again. They're better. The equipments are better if you find it early.
Yes.
We're living, and that's the point that I want to drive home. That we're crushing it as women. We're not, and nobody is have to like take our breasts, and there's no shame in it again. Like if one in three women is, another woman who's going through it, because 1, 2, 3, me, I'm going through it, right?
Mm.
It says 1, 2, you 1, Robin 1, you 2, and me 3. I'm going through it.
Yeah.
And so we know each other. So let's spread the word. Let's do what the people who have the degree, the expert says you need to do, and
Support each other.
support each other so we can live and do the things that make us live.
All right.
Well, I think it's very generous of you to share your journey with us because we all learn from that.
Mhm.
And you're going to help people that are going through the same journey. So I think it's beautiful. It's very generous.
Thank you so much, Maureen, for what you
Yeah.
bring to the table and for your openness and your willingness to share.
Oh,
And
yeah.
your expertise.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now it's the education continues because I kind of want to live a little bit more.
Good for you. We want you to live.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I want to live to be like Robin's mom, 101, and still have my faculties going and still being able to move and not in pain and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't that a blessing?
It's such a blessing, Robin, such a blessing.
Thank you for all you do. Ladies, we just want to remind everybody that, if you don't have your health, you can't keep your wealth.
Mhm.
And so take care of yourself and be good and kind to yourself and to one another. Is there anything else you want to share before you go, Maureen?
Do
I
we have
literally
any
always.
upcoming events?
Oh yeah, I am literally this the 30th of April. No, not the 30th. Sorry, the 20th.
20th of
We're
April?
having a wellness symposium um, in Sacramento. I am going to be one of the speaker, and I am going to be speaking on herbs
Oh,
and how we can put that in our daily cook with it, and how we can use it to help us to be more vibrant and to help us to support our health. So it's more of the gardening part of it that I'm going to do and bring some nuance on herbs and talk about the many benefits of herb. But it's for the total woman. Um, if you are thinking about it, if you're in your health journey, if you are doing anything else wise, if you have a health goal this 2024, They're going to be a mindset coach in there. They're going to be a physical.
When is this and where?
So it's on.
Is it on your Facebook page?
Yeah, but it's on April 20th.
April 20th. Uh-huh.
How do we
Yeah,
sign up?
it's at efitandwellness.com. It's on my Facebook page. It's not my event, but I will be speaking there.
Is it
Okay.
in person or is it virtual?
Yes, it's an in-person event. It's going to be at Tribute Road. It's going to be. What is
Oh,
this?
okay. And so is this the correct Facebook page?
Yes, that's the
Okay.
correct Facebook page.
Look at that beautiful lady. So you know when you're at Maureen's Facebook page, I'll put
Go
this
up,
in.
go up. I see you coming up. I'm going to show you the event. It's posted on my Facebook page.
Okay.
Go up from that beautiful. Yeah, go,
No,
go, go.
am I going in the right direction?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're going in the right direction. You're going in
Okay.
the right direction.
Okay.
You're going. You soon reach it.
Okay. Some people say up and they mean, up means different directions on
No,
when
that's
you're
no. I think
scrolling.
you're.
Is this it?
No, I think you're supposed to be there.
Yep. I'm past Easter.
You're past Eastern. Maybe it's up more. Maybe I'm giving you the wrong direction.
Okay, let me go the other direction.
Let's go the other direction and see. It's also on my. It's over there on my Facebook page. So if you go on my Facebook page, you'll definitely see it.
Okay.
It's the wellness symposium, and it's the central living. I think she's talking about. She's
Okay.
Coach LaShawn Dorsey, and we will be there talking about health and wellness and how you can navigate. So it's the total woman.
Okay.
It's all about you and mental health, physical
Oh,
health.
let me try going to events. Nope. Okay.
It wasn't on events. I didn't put it on
Okay.
events. I just posted on my Facebook page. It's
All
on
right.
there, and
All right, guys.
I'm going to be posting it again just after this session is over here. So you
Mhm.
can find the information on my Facebook page, and if you're in the Sacramento area, I want to come out. The dress code is, as we're saying, relax.
Uh-huh.
Right, casual, your sneakers, relax, come ready to get some great information to help you on your wellness journey and to help you to be a healthier or to maintain your health in
Mhm.
2024 and beyond. And
Okay.
some of I think
Well,
it's for
we
experts.
have to go because we're almost at the top of the hour, but I want you guys to check out Maureen's Facebook page and find out more about this event coming up on April 20th because you're going to post it today again so that we can
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I want to turn my attention to Robin and find out who's our guest next week.
Next week we have Lakeisha Appleton. And
Okay.
then after that, we have Lawana. So it'd be
Okay.
Lakeisha, Lawana, and then Claudia Newman.
Oh, I'm so glad Claudia's back. Okay.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is so
So,
good.
and
You know,
hopefully we'll get Maureen back. I'm going to send Maureen the schedule and
absolutely.
try to get her back.
We need more information. More. She said we need to gain knowledge.
Bye, guys. Thank you for the
Thank you
privilege
so
of
much.
your time.
Thank you so much, Maureen. And I'm so glad your journey
Yeah.
is going well.
Thank
Yes.
you so much for your support. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. So, wow, these guests, sometimes, the topic is so intense. We need more time. So we thank them for their time and thank the audience for hanging in here with us.
Yes.
Thank you again, Robin. And remember, guys, if you're looking to become a part of BizChicks, simply text biz to 33777, or you can join us at bizchicks.net and become a part of our BizChicks community. We'd love to have you and share what it is you do and how you serve. In the meantime, it's okay to make money in your business, So go to the front of your own line. Have a great day. And thank you again, Robin. You tell mom we said hi and
I
that we
will.
celebrate her birthday with her. 101. Very good.
No.
Well done. Have a great day, everyone. Bye bye.